Hi there. This is Geeks Assembled, and we are in espionage mode tonight again, sort of quasi-espionage, quasi the government agencies, and a little bit like Casino. This is Callan, and we are Geeks Assembled audio heads, and yeah, reviewing the audio adventures of Callan. Callan was a television character with a really iconic feel in the 70s, 60s area, and it was interesting. It was played by the guy who was the Equalizer, but before he was the Equalizer. Anyway, oh, and joining us today, we have the other fellows and myself, and we have Philip, Lee, and Tim. And so, let's see. Let's begin with our opening thoughts and our greetings. Let's start with Tim Wells, please.
I thought it was excellent. I thought it was a very good story. About 45 minutes, not too long. It felt like a TV episode, the way they have a break in the middle with the music and all. I thought it was really, really well handled. It seemed to give a lot of the characters something to do this time, like even the secretary. I don't know. Overall, it was very good. It has that 70s feel to it. It's very good. Very well done.
Cool. And let's bebop across the pond to Lee in Hull. We're going all the way to the west coast, or the east coast of the UK.
Yes, the east. I just want to say, what Tim just said there. Yeah, I enjoyed this. They've got the right vibe, the feel for this audio. You do feel like it was made back in the late 60s, early 70s. You get that feel from it. So they've got something here and they've bottled it, and it's brilliant. And I was listening to it last night. I mean, okay, Ben and Frank Skinner, brilliant in the roles. But you're listening to it, and they are channeling Edward Woodward and Russell Hunter. They really are. You got the images of those actors, but with those voices, it's just, I don't know how they're doing it, but it's brilliantly done. Enjoyed it. I enjoyed the last episode we did. This episode is even as good. Different scenario, but great story. And it's good to see the son of the author who originally wrote these, he's adapting these for the audios. So good thumbs up to Big Finish for getting him involved. Over to you, Susan.
Yeah, I agree. The son of the author being involved has added sort of a little signature line to it. It's fun. So, bopping down to London town and Tottenham. Philip, how's it going? Would you give me your opening thoughts and your greetings?
I wish people didn't know where I live, but anyway, yes, this was a good audio. I enjoyed it to the point. Do you know what was interesting? The fact that they incorporated an American CIA agent into this, and that was good. And the thing, the upshot at the end where they blew up his the place that the Americans are scanning out, just to get their own back on the Americans intruding on their little. Investigation. That was quite funny, but overall the story was good. I like the what was it? Some sort of casino place, wasn't it? And Callan was doing his bit for that. But yet again, lonely for me. He wasn't in it much, but he did. I like when he comes on because he kind of gives it a bit of a breath of fresh air and a bit of comedy to the whole aspect. It becomes too serious sometimes. When Lonely comes along, it kind of brightens the whole thing. So I kind of like this episode. It was a good episode.
Yeah, a bit. I think so too. And I'm in Massachusetts because we've told where everybody else is, so might as well. Okay, and I thought it was great. I thought the American CIA agent, played by a British fellow, sounded a bit like Ewan McGregor doing it as his American accent. It was that kind of like, oh, that's resonance that I really remember.
Right, so the American man, CIA agent, was called Rivers. Is that right?
Yeah,
Rivers.
Rivers.
Yeah, I think that was him. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it it was espionage. It was gambling. It's funny, like the organization decided that he needed to lose the money in order to snare his prey, and so that's fun because in Bond never loses. Bond is like the opposite, like, and the other spies, like, even Johnny English, he doesn't lose when none of the British spies ever lose except for Callan. Callan is allowed to be, you know, bit rough, and this is sort of gritty a bit, and so that's fun. And so yeah, I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm really glad that we're continuing on down this lonely road with bunny rabbit ears, inverted commas or something. Anyway, yeah. So enjoying this is it isn't a waste of time. It's like short. It's great. It's got drama and a little fire with the secretary. Anyway, that was great. And the Russian spy lady, that was great too. Anyway, good stuff. Boris and Natasha. If anyone, no, just kidding. It's grittier. It's way grittier. It's a bit noir. So, okay, let's reverse order and do our favorite moments. Please go to Philip.
Favorite moments. I think there's two parts I did like in it. The first part is when after Callan takes the secretary into the building, they're about to scope out, and then his boss explodes at him and saying, "How could you endanger her? She's not even on the payroll to do that sort of thing." He's like, calm down. We're just trying to suss it out, see what the lay of the land is." That bit was good for me. And the other bit was when him and Rivers were being fired at out in the street by the people in the cars that tried to shoot him. And I think it was Rivers. He got shot or something, or got shot in the arm or something. I'm not sure whether it was or not. But that part, the shootout in the street, that was a good part.
That was his number two, his underling.
Thank you, Tim. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good shootout. Let's go to Lee then for your favorite moments, please.
Well, I just got to harken back to what Philip said earlier when he said it's a breath of fresh air when Lonely appears. I'm sorry, there's never a breath of fresh air when Lonely appears.
because of his
and that leads straight into one of my favourite moments in this is when he sort of lets one go, and Callan brings the airspray.
Oh, I forgot about that bit. Yeah, it is. Oh, get off me! Yeah.
There's a place to keep it. Never a breath of fresh air with Lonely. Yeah, I totally agree. The scene with Hunter, played by Nicholas Briggs, where he gives Callan a right, going at because he took Liz to the casino the night before, is absolutely brilliant. He just blows his top, and then all of a sudden he says, "Well, what did you learn?" It's. I think the casting in this is brilliant. Even to say Jane Slavin as Liz, she's a brilliant actress. She's not a big part in these stories, but when they do, she's on top form. But yeah, I like all the supporting cast as well. Was it? I've just got it down. Is it Bulky Berkeley? Who was in that? the bulky Berkeley. That was a great character with sort of a gruff voice. It was brilliantly played. It's, as I say, the shootout as well. I mean, it's audio, so you can just imagine anything, can't you? Yeah, that's my favourite moments. I haven't got really a bad thing to say about this.
Good. I'm glad. So, Tim.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think one of the cool things about this audio is that they opened up the cast a bit more. They had a much bigger cast than they had in the last one, which is why I guess Lonely had a much smaller part. But they gave everybody something to do. I like too at the end how he because Lonely gets the short end half the time, and so Callan gives him some money because it's like, here you go, buddy, go drink this, and I thought that was pretty cool the way they ended with him giving Lonely some money to go get drunk. So that was fun.
Yeah, like he skimmed 1,000 pounds off the top and gave him 500. That was quite ingenious there, Callan. Anyway, so yeah, and then he bought the other guy. What was it? Anyway, yeah. So that was fun, and my favorite moments were I liked the part where he was being dressed down. I thought that was fun, and I also liked the part where they're at the table and stuff, and then and I liked the part where, the gambling table, and then I liked the part where he's got like different decks of cards and stuff. So he's sort of smoother than you think. Anyway, so that's fun, and I as was mentioned earlier, I like the part where the safe house in New York blows up, and I'm sorry, we put some bombs in this building, and then oh no, there's been an explosion. I don't know how that happened. We were just putting bombs in a building on 82nd 7th Street in New York. Anyway, thank goodness it wasn't Boston. We got enough bombs over here. No, I'm just kidding. So have they. Yeah, so it was great, and I like the Cockney feel, like real Cockney feel. It's not chav, it's Cockney. It's different.
Anyway, it's London. It's London.
It's London.
It's London. I tell you what I do like though. It's been mentioned that Lonely's not got a big part in this, but that's a good thing because they're sticking to what the TV series was like. Lonely was just a little cameo here, cameo there, just to help Callan out, get some information. Can you get a hold of this, or stuff like that. So they're sticking to that, which is a good thing. So we never know. We might get one with a full drama with Lonely in it all the way through. You never know.
Philip's up for that and stuff. So, anything else that you guys would like to say? Open floor.
Sorry, Tim. If you want to go first, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm happy that they're doing a second set because this is very, very good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they are. They're doing a second set, which should be along sometime later this year, I think. A little bit later. Not sure. The shooting, the dummy shooting range was quite good because it was like everyone else will get the 3 in the head and 3 in the wield it in the chest or something, and then one of the other two will get, say, 3 in the head and 2 missed from the targets and stuff like that. And it kind of showcases where one of them is the one that got shot because he missed the mark on the dummy. So that was a good little foreshadowing what would happen to those that missed out on their targets. So that was cool.
Well, I think they tried to show that this number 2, what was his name? He was he was very, very disrespectful to Callan, who's basically his boss. He's a young smart ass, and so basically he got put in his place for not listening.
I mean, listening to the little documentary at the end of this, it explained the son of the writer, is it Peter Mitchell, explained that these are adapted from short stories in what was in the newspapers. So they've had to lengthen these stories, which is good on them for doing it. And I just like the way the explanation of the name Callan, when he asked his dad, because Callan's first name is David.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit of a boring name, isn't it, David? So why did you choose Callan? He says, that's the only word I could think of what sounds like killer.
I didn't hear that, but that is cool.
Yeah.
The thing I remembered what the little present that he got her was a little plastic bow and arrow.
Yeah. To practice his targeting. Yeah, because he's no good at it.
Yeah.
With rubber stickers on the end.
With a rubber sucker on the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Anything else, boys? Okay, let's rate this.
I will say this story wasn't as infectious as the first one for me. I mean, yeah, fair enough. You're not going to get singers all the time. This one I felt was okay, but it wasn't as good as the first story we listened to a couple of weeks back. I enjoyed the first one better than this one.
Okay, what would you give it out of 10 then?
This one today?
Yeah.
I'll give this one. I'll give it a decent 7.5 out of 10.
All right. And then, since we're going that direction, Lee, what's your?
Enjoyed it. So there's nothing any negatives about it. The cast are brilliant, so I enjoyed it. It's not too long. It's not too short. Ideal, it flew along. For that reason, it's getting 10 negatives.
It's getting what?
It's getting 10 air fresheners.
I like that.
Tim.
I agree with Lee. I think there's really nothing you can find it at that's not good. It was very well written, very quick story, doesn't hang on too long. Excellent characters, excellent actors. So I'm also going to give it a 10. I like the vibe it puts out too. It does really feel like a product of its time, like the early 70s television kind of show. I think they managed to get that just right.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It was great fun listening to. And so it's as gritty as the Cavern Club in Liverpool. It's that kind of gritty to me, and I'm glad that we're doing these. And so let's continue on. Let's do another. What do they call them? Case or not case? They call these things.
Wow.
The file on this one was called the file on a classy club, and so we'll do another file from the Callan files or whatever.
I think there's one more. There's one more after this one.
No, there's 2 more.
Is there? Oh, hang on.
There's 4 stories in the set, but it'll be after we do the Who one, won't it?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. I keep thinking we done. Yeah, this is. Yeah. All right.
So what will we do for the Doctor Who audio?
It's going to be a third, anything related to third.
The third Doctor.
Anything related yet? So.
Do you want to redo Green Life? Since it's still locked away on my computer.
Third Doctor's not in it. Though.
He's not in it. It's only Captain Jack.
All right. Never
Why don't we
mind.
do one of those new ones? Then we'll just get a set.
I felt terrible for that whole computer broken thing. Anyway.
We'll decide.
I'm sorry, listeners and watchers of our podcast. Please forgive me. I didn't mean to lose the file.
Please don't.
The file on the lost file.
The file on the lost file, correct. Anyway, please enjoy our other podcasts. We're doing room, no, not 1 hour photo, and what was the other one we're doing this weekend?
The mask.
Come
The mask. Okay, and that's appropriate here with the self-isolation.
on.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, so well done, you guys, for thinking that up. Anyway, and like and subscribe, like our podcast, like this podcast, like our group, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell.
Ding, ding, ding. Come on, be more prepared.
Hit the bell, and then leave a comment below. You enjoying Callan? You listening to these audios? Did you watch the show? Are you a fan of the show? And what about Edward Woodward? What about Frank Skinner? I mean, these things are important questions. Anywho, we aren't answering them. You answer them for us. Thank you for watching, and have a really great day.
Thank you. Bye. Do, do, do.